And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Starting off with the satellite imagery here, got a system spreading clouds up into the Aleutians with the bulk of the moisture staying to the south here, starting to head off to the east, just south of the eastern Aleutians there. Another band up through here, and yet another band there lifting north of St. Lawrence Island into the Bering Strait. Otherwise, a lot of cloudless skies here across the interior. Right on down to Kodiak Island, Bristol Bay, and portions of the Kenai Peninsula area, and then picking up some clouds here over the southeast interior. And low pressure spinning here in the southern Gulf of Alaska, running that through again, continues to circulate clouds and some showers into the southeast coast there. Another surge here lifting northward. This little track off to the southeast for tonight, starting to slide southeastward, and that kind of hangs that next surge up right along the coastline there, with just a chance of some showers for the coastal areas, dry for the inland areas, and then another trough associated with a system in the upper air here, kicking off some snow showers for the Copper River Basin, central eastern Alaska Range down to the Manuska Valley, and the Talkeetnas down into the Chugach Mountains with rain and snow showers for western Prince William Sound. Stays dry, mostly clear at Kodiak Island, as well as the western and northern interior right on up to the Arctic coast. System out here to the west bringing gusty winds, rain, and snow into the Aleutians. And for tomorrow, that slides eastward here, bringing some light snow into the western Alaska Peninsula. Kind of a mix of precipitation for the Fox Islands with showers, Adak and Atka just south of the front there, and then snow and gusty northeast winds for the areas from Amchitka Island out toward Shimya. Dry conditions and colder here over the northern Bering Sea, and stays fair over the interior. Pretty cool and dry all the way up to the Arctic coast down into Bristol Bay. And this trough keeps a chance of snow showers here right along the trough axis there across Prince William Sound into the Chugach Mountains of Talkeetnas and the western Copper River Basin area there with, of course, mostly cloudy skies surrounding that zone. But the southeast coast dry with a fair amount of sunshine in some areas throughout the day. And then for the Thursday weather outlook here, dry for the southeast coast, risk of a shower or two along the central and south coast, and that's about it. This low continues to drop off to the southeast, kind of stalling now as this front heads eastward here. It's actually going to rotate back up to the north and northwest. But for the day Thursday, looking at variably cloudy skies here to mostly cloudy, again, south central Alaska, North Gulf Coast with a chance of shower activity, mainly over the mountainous terrain for the inland areas, but a little more extensive along the coastal areas there, but still on the light side everywhere. Risk of some moisture for Kodiak Island, and dry to the north and to the west, northern Bering Sea. Colder northeast winds starting to blow into the area there. That's going to keep the snow shower activity off to the southwest over the Aleutians. Rain and snow for the Fox Islands, and chances of rain and snow for the Alaska Peninsula, with this system kind of sliding off to the southeast there. And taking a look at the outlook for Friday here, that low center does pull off to the southeast, leaving drier conditions here for the Aleutians and the Alaska Peninsula. North to south flow, bringing chilly air down, not too terribly cloudy or cold, but that'll be cold enough for whatever precipitation falls here for the Aleutians will be in the form of snow. And mostly cloudy skies, maybe partly sunny conditions south and east of the Alaska Range. Better chance of some light shower activity here. Southern Kenai Peninsula, Cook Inlet, maybe southern Prince William Sound. Otherwise, the interior looking very good, cool and dry with not much in the way of any significant winds. And for the southeast coast, we'll see that low on Thursday does weaken into a trough and start to pull back to the northwest there. And that'll nudge up some moisture for a chance of light rain or showers here. Mostly Prince of Wales Island, possibly as far east as Metlakatla, and then on up toward the Sitka and Port Alexander areas. Lows for tonight looking below zero here north of the Alaska Range all the way out to the Arctic coast, above zero down to the south, and in the teens, 20s, and 30s for the Panhandle, upper 20s here out over the Aleutians, especially for the Pribilofs there, but lower 30s down toward Adak and Atka. Highs for tomorrow in the 30s here for south central Alaska to Kodiak Island, and chillier up in the interior there, looking at mostly highs in the teens to lower 20s, staying below zero for the Arctic coast. And southeast coast here, upper 30s north, mid 40s elsewhere. and upper 30s for the Aleutians, right around the frost point there for St. Paul, 1 degree above zero, the forecast high for Gamble. And then for the lows the following morning, anywhere from 15 to 25 or 30 below for the north slope out to the Arctic coast. And again, back below zero here in the interior areas. And then warmer south of the mountains, of course, teens and 20s. Upper 20s, Kodiak Island, 15 to 20 northern panhandle, in the 20s for the central areas. And actually 25 to 30 even down to the south. They'll be followed by highs here, staying below zero out to the Arctic coast and the north slope areas. And then highs in the 30s here for south central Alaska, Bristol Bay, Kodiak Island, and 30s and 40s for the panhandle. Otherwise, teens and 20s here through the central interior and the Tanana Valley, and upper 30s out over the Aleutians.